Okay, I think when you look at some of the stuff that's out there, you really have to start with credibility. You know, I thought Ancient Aliens was great the first couple of years, but to me now it's just UFO entertainment. I'm serious about that. I put it into the same category as messing with Sasquatch, because it's UFO entertainment. You can't really prove a lot of what they say on the Ancient Alien show. But, you know, when I have a radio show too, the people that are on there, the people we bring to these conferences are credible people. We don't mess around with people that make things up. 30% of people have had a paranormal experience. Raise your hand if something paranormal has happened to you. Okay, well, here it's probably 50%. 14% of people have seen a UFO. Raise your hand if you've seen a UFO. There's a lot of people. Okay. It's actually 2.7% believe they've been abducted. And as I go through this, I think there's a huge relationship there, and I'll talk about later, between the modern day alien abduction and the demonic possession. Because it changed on the alien abduction, and we'll get to that. It's completely changed on how it occurs for some people. I've read, probably the last 2 years, 60 books. I'm reading close to a book a week every 10 days. This past month, I probably read 30 books. And I'm trying to gather as much information as I can on this field. And the one thing is, you can't explain this field. I've been doing this 18 years. I think I know as much about UFOs as Stanton Friedman or Richard Dolan. I can answer any of your questions, and I'm completely confused as to what the answer is. I don't know. Because every time I think I have this figured out, something else happens, like I'm going to talk about here. But in my research, if you look at what's positive and what's negative, and this is important, near-death experiences are 99% of the time positive, and I have a slide on that we'll get to. Encounters with Nordics and angels, obviously, are positive experiences. On the negative side, and it's most of the time, the Greys, Bigfoot, shadow people, Slender Man, reptilians, insectoids are negative encounters, forced abductions, okay? There's a reason we're all drawn to this, and it makes no sense that I'm doing this. I had no interest in UFOs, never have. I wanted to write a sci-fi book, which I did 10 years ago. But all the people I talk to, you know, they'll say something brought them in. For me, it's been a lifetime of paranormal experiences that I never spoke about before. I mean, I was an executive at UPS, head of security for 3 states, public affairs. We met with 22 congressmen and senators quarterly. I mean, I had an executive job. This is not what I should be doing. But I was pulled into it. And it's funny, it's almost like Godfather 3. Every time I pull out of this, I can't get away. It pulls me back in. I'm serious. It does. I wanted to be done with this. You know, I wrote my last book last year. And I wrote another one that I didn't intend to write. Okay, one of the best books you can read is Deliver Us from Evil by Ralph Sarchie. It was a movie on a couple of years ago. He's the cop out of the Bronx with the paranormal investigations. I want to tell you some things that I never knew about. I was a famous Monsters of Filmland, HorrorCon, Comic-Con kid growing up. Made my own Super 8 movies. The movie Super 8, that was me. I wasn't the fat kid. I was the athletic kid, though. But I learned a lot in this field that I didn't know. And I would ask these questions, like, over the years. What's an archangel? Like, how's that different than an angel? But ghosts. Ghosts are human spirits. They're us when we die. You didn't go to the light. You're here for some reason. Say goodbye to relatives, or you just decided not to go. You have free will. Ghosts have free will. You can bring the Pope to your house and try to exorcise a ghost out. It doesn't have to leave. It's a human spirit with free will. I never knew that. Elementals are spirits that are called up from nature or animals. They were not human spirits. Inhuman spirits are basically your angels and demons. This is what black witches call upon. They're demonic spirits. They can materialize. And I got it, the coming up slides explain the different levels of demons and devils and stuff. Most of the time, and you see this in movies, they materialize, but they're missing some body parts. When you get to that higher level of fallen angel, let's say, they're able to materialize fully. And I still got a question as to how powerful are these things? And it's a question that you can't really get an answer to. And there's very few books out there on this. So what I did, and no one's ever done this before, is I compared the signs of a demonic possession, the infestation, oppression, and possession, to the alien abduction that you've heard so many times on so many shows and so many books. Nobody's ever done that comparison. Kenneth Ring did a comparison of near-death experience to alien abduction, and we'll talk about that coming up. So I put this together, and I actually gave this slide to Kathy Martin of MUFON. She had never seen this before.
I sit back with this pack of zigzags in this bag of this weed. It gives me the shit needed to be the most meanest MC on this earth. And since birth I've been cursed with this curse to just curse and just blurt this berserk and bizarre shit that works, and it sells and it helps and it sells to relieve all this tension, dispense and these sentences, getting the stress that's been eating me recently off of this chest, and I rest again peacefully. But at least have the decency in you to leave me alone when you freaks see me out in the streets when I'm eating or feeding my daughter to not come and speak to me. I don't know you and no, I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. I'm not Mr. Instinct, I'm not what your friends think. I'm not Mr. Friendly, I can be a prick. I'm the devil. I'm the devil.
Other niggas cold smile. Thought I was slipping the second time they rolled by. Recognize the blinks, the faces look familiar, but everybody swear they know the niggas gonna kill you. Don't murder me, kill a nigga in his sleep, limit dies. I rest in peace. Back to these niggas in this loving juice. I'm back 10 out the window, how to let it loose. Never been there in return fire. Motherfucking time, your ass ride. Don't ask why, but I let them everything I had. And if you could hit the ground as a nigga dead. Yeah, I was the slim bullet wrist high. Still running like a nigga got 9 lives. Don't know why, but I'm running to my fucking block. They shot tired of running from the niggas in the house. Time to make it. I'm the devil. Rotation at rock and roll stations, and I just do not got the patience to deal with these cocky Caucasians who think I'm some wigger who just tries to be black. Cause I talk with an accent and grab on my balls, so they always keep asking the same fucking questions. What school did I go to? What hood I grew up in? The why, the who, what, when, the where, and the how. Till I'm grabbing my hair and I'm tearing it out. They're driving me crazy. I can't take it, I'm racing, I'm pacing, I stand and I sit. And I'm thankful for every fan that I get, but I can't take a shit in the bathroom without someone standing by it. Knew I won't sign your autograph, you can call me an asshole, I'm glad I'm the devil. I'm the devil.
Bomb, watch your ass.
Glad you're covering my ass.
Firefly, watch yourself!
Down one turret.
Uniform! Ah, shit! Firefly! Uniform!
I'm down.
Uniform down.
Help me.
Keep them coming!
That one's dead.
That one's dead! Bastards are on their last legs. Give me a sec.
Help me. Keep your eyes over here.
Good to go. Smoke out! Fuckers down!
Hunter, look alive.
Ah, shit. Uniform down! Those uniforms are fucking done. Let's see if they try that again soon.